Hi, and welcome to Davidson Company's live coverage of the 2017 federal budget. I'm your host, Bahar Saadat, and I'm being joined today by tax partner and chartered professional accountant Les Fabian. Let's find out what we can expect for the upcoming fiscal year. Well, it's official. The Liberal government has released their second federal budget. Was any info released on Trudeau's upcoming vacation expenses?
You know, Bahar, oddly enough, they didn't specifically address that point.
Les, what were some of the key highlights of Finance Minister Bill Morneau's financial prescription for Canada?
Well, it appears that the government's focus is really on innovation and skills development in order to grow the economy. Having said that, they did show some significant deficits in the upcoming 5 years, well in excess of the $20 billion range.
Wow, that's a lot more than he promised in his 2015 campaign. We already saw tax credit cuts for education, textbooks, child fitness, and arts last year. What else was slashed in today's budget?
Well, it doesn't appear that there were too many other credits that were actually reduced. They did make a significant impact last year on that budget to curb some of those personal tax credits that are more boutique style. Having said that, they have combined some of them, such as the caregiver credit that combines a couple of disability and caregiver type credits from the past, effectively roughly the same amount of credit. On the corporate side, they did extend the mineral exploration tax credit of 15% on flow-through announced expenditures. So that was good news for the mining sector.
There were also rumors milling the Liberal government wanted to increase the capital gains tax rate. Did this happen?
Fortunately, to this point, they were just rumors, and the tax rate did stay the same on capital gains. Only 50% of realized capital gains are taxable as in the past, so that was good news for investors going forward.
Okay. Now, I know there was some discussion of possible changes to the small business deduction and income splitting. Is there any new information on this?
Well, fortunately, after the significant changes that were out in the budget last year, no new changes were made this year. Having said that, the government did indicate that they would continue to review how wealthy and high-income earners benefit from the use of private corporations to reduce their personal taxes. So we may not have seen the last of this, and could be changes upcoming in the future.
Now, with talk of Trump reducing U.S. corporate income tax rates to make America great again, did the Liberals have a knee-jerk reaction and reduce Canadian corporate income tax rates?
No changes were announced on corporate tax rates in this budget. They are relatively competitive, so compared to the U.S., they may not have felt the pressure to do so as much. Having said that, they did provide some incentives for clean energy generators, allowing them to deduct capital equipment at a higher rate than other typical equipment. So there was some incentive in there for certain businesses and industries.
And what changes can we expect with personal income tax rates?
Well, after the significant changes that were made in last year's budget, it appears the Liberal government has left the personal tax rates unchanged, so the tax rates and the brackets remain the same for 2017.
That reminds me, we just ordered our new tax rate pens, which have been updated with the information you just provided. Watch for them in the mail with your April tax update, or give me a call and we'll have a few sent over for you.
Oh, that's very handy for us tax gurus.
Les, are there any other noteworthy items you'd like to share with our viewers?
One item that may be important to certain individuals were the changes to RSP and other registered plans. They involve anti-avoidance rules that can result in punitive taxes for prohibited investments or potential advantage tax. The government has provided a brief window to address those issues, so you have until about the end of June. So I would suggest that if you do have certain transactions going through your RSP, that maybe you talk to your advisors and ensure that you haven't run afoul of the rules.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Les. Where can our viewers find more information on today's federal budget?
We will have a more detailed summary of the changes on our website at davidson-co.com. So I encourage you to have a look and see what changes were made.
Excellent. If you have any questions about today's federal budget, please give us a call at 604-687-0947 and speak to one of our tax professionals. Thanks for joining us.